What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Night Owl Gaming podcast. This is the Game Talk Night portion of the podcasting side of things. Guys, we've been really busy. That's why we didn't do the afternoon show, just to let you all know that. I did post in both servers, my server and the Game Talk, that it was postponed. So we'll probably do that tomorrow afternoon, most likely. Pete will probably get that all going because him and Blue wanted to do it tomorrow. So just giving you guys an update on that. We got Brimstone over here. Or sorry, Digital. We got Kiru over here as well. And we got Don Gamer. Oh Lord. Simple would have been just, "Hi, I'm Don Gamer. How are you guys?" I'm just here for the free food. Don't just. Oh my. So we got a lot of articles. We got a lot of articles to cover. Digital, which one you want to cover first?
What was it that they weren't? That was the only reason why they were hired, I think. Yeah, that's what. Like that was the only reason why they were hired.
I'm a dork. I forgot to have the desktop audio going. So reintroduce yourselves real quick.
Hi, Kiru, Brim, Don, Rev. We're all here. Hi.
Hi, I'm Don.
All right.
Don's Joel from Last of Us 2.
So let me
I'm
guess.
kidding.
They didn't hear your full intro, right?
No, they heard that, but they just didn't hear you.
my icon fix.
Because
So
I have my audio.
They didn't hear
separate.
the part where we were talking about Kiru is growing a penis so she could go fuck herself, right?
Oh Jesus!
Hey, it's my favorite pastime. Guys who watch subscribe instead. Better yet, click that flag button. Just blow it. No, I'm kidding.
Wow, no confidence
Nah.
in yourself.
Nah, we've been busy. I've been back at work. I've
Work, what's that?
unfortunately have had to be called back to my job, and we are experiencing record high numbers that have blown past any holiday season that we've ever had since open.
Because everyone wants to get out of their fucking house.
Yeah. I won't even get into that part of it. I want to so badly, but I won't.
Smart.
No, we're gonna be talking about the Mixer debacle, the Twitch thing of sexual harassment. But Mixer, God, man, like Mixer, you were the chosen one. What the actual fuck are you thinking? Like,
Are you thinking? I think not.
because here's the thing, right? When Beam first came out, it was adored by a lot of us smaller streamers. We supported each other. It was a really, really fun experience streaming on Beam. We got to know the CEO, the team behind Mixer. They seemed like a bunch of really nice people. And then you hear about this, and it's like, what? Dude,
It makes you think, doesn't it?
bro, like,
What is going on? What is going on at Microsoft, and what is going on with their streaming platform?
the idea of Microsoft purchasing Beam was to make the platform not only bigger but better,
Right.
right? Like that was the whole reason why we were hyped for it in the beginning. Was like, oh sweet, fucking Xbox dashboard. If you're an Xbox gamer and you're streaming, they're gonna feature you first because you're supporting their platform, so they're gonna support you. We were like, yes, this is all check marked. Good. And then you read something like this and you're like, no, why, dude? Like, God, man.
And then you
How
just
the fuck are you going to have the balls to tell an employee the only reason why that they were hired was because they were street smart?
It sounds like there's absolutely zero respect whatsoever
Like,
with
dude,
this guy in any
for
way.
real. Yeah, for real.
then
For
why
real,
then
though.
why
For
then
real,
why
yeah.
did then why does Twitch hire somebody that calls herself trans species?
again, same ballpark,
Yeah.
same stupid pool of people, dude. Like, oh my god.
I don't get it. Like I don't get Mixer. Like these two controversial things, right? I don't.
They're the two biggest gaming streaming platforms in the world.
How do you?
In
Where's
the
Jeff?
world.
Okay, on Twitch side, where the hell is Jeff Bezos, dude? Like, why is
Is
he
Jeff
not?
Bezos like sucking on a cock on his fucking yacht somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic and not giving two shits? Like, that's what I want to know.
Well, to me, it just seems like Jeff Bezos just bought a platform, put a bunch of money in it, and just said, here you go. I'll put a CEO in place. Let him do it. I'll just go off and make my millions,
Bro, off of Amazon being the #1 retailer in the globe.
That is scary in itself in all my years, like, on this earth. Like, Amazon is going to be pretty much everything, and there's a book about that, how it's going to be a monopoly in itself. That is scary.
Bruh, like, how do you operate a $1 trillion market with a $1 billion stake in it and not even give two shits about what goes on in your company? Like,
sounds like it's just like all he wants is the money, and he's got the money, so why care outside of that?
But here's the thing, here. Like, let's say I'm Jeff Bezos for once, okay? Let's just pretend here. And I put you on the front page of Twitch, and I tell you, like, these are the things that need to happen. I need to make sure that you can do this. And then you go and do it, but you fuck up and you let the power get to your head, and you run my fucking streaming service into the ground, losing me millions. I would come to you and ask you what the fuck you were doing. I would talk to you. I'd be like, yo, Kiru, we need to talk. You just cost me like $7.6 million in my quarterly. What the fuck?
And Don, I put the other article for the Twitch
and this
scandal
guy
stuff.
And this guy's not even doing that, right? Like, he's letting this other kin do whatever he or she, whatever the fuck this thing describes itself as, whatever it wants, losing money. Gets talked to or whatever by other members of that committee. I guess things are cleared up on that part, but now they're sexually harassing their streamers and their employees. So the sexual harassment on the employees, Rev, like what's actually going on there? I didn't get a chance to read that yet. I should have when I was reading it.
So technically what's going on in that situation is you have a predator streamer and you have two partner streamers technically on Mixer. From my understanding, two. I guess one of them was way too drunk to. It would be technically what a friend would do, in a situation. Both people were too intoxicated to drive, so he offered them a place to stay, a spare room. Mm-hmm. And I guess as she was sleeping, I guess she woke up and he was doing inappropriate things that are just disgusting, and I don't understand why people would do it. Meanwhile, this guy has 4 kids and a wife. I hope he
that doesn't stop people.
I really hope this guy goes to jail in all of
Who is it?
Cabby is his name. Kabby. He's well known.
Really? Cabby?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he deleted his Twitter right after that. He started privating his stuff. Mixer's now talking about pulling his partner badge away from him. People all over the platform, including Rocket Bear, want his head on a platter. Oh yeah. Like
we gotta talk to Rocket Bear and see what's up.
Like
we haven't talked to that guy in a while.
Like, Mixer, what are you doing between this allegation and this allegation that's going on? It's like, Mixer and Twitch, get your shit together. Like, why do you I don't understand. Lately with Twitch and Mixer, like, they just bat an eye to it, and it's like, it's here. We're in this culture where everybody's speaking out, and we got things happening around the world, and things are becoming into the light, and that's even the wrestling industry. I was talking offhand about this to you last night. The wrestling industry, like, with all that shit going on, that is scandalous. Over 1,500 women in itself, and what a lot of these old school wrestlers have done, with the allegations, that's just sickening in itself as well. So
That's not right.
between
Yeah.
the streaming, the film industry, and wrestling industry, it's insane. It is so insane. Like
Well, it's everywhere. It's everywhere, and that's kind of the shitty part is that it really is everywhere. There's a reason why women don't feel safe in a lot of places, and yeah, that's why.
I hope that streamer. I hope he gets removed off the platform, and I hope he goes to jail. Like,
You know what's funny is like the guy. The last time I saw him stream was like last year or something, and I got into talking with him on a stream in his chat, and the guy kind of came off as a prick. Like he was kind of a snobby, like he was like snubby, you know what I mean? Like you know when you talk to
Right.
people and they always try to one up you all the time. That's all he did. I was like, dude, I was just trying to tell you, like I've been a part of Mixer when it was Beam, and I was a part of it when it was launched. You know, I've had admins. I had Matt along with his stream and my streams, supporting one another. Because I was talking about how I missed how Beam was.
right?
Because Beam, it didn't matter how big you were, it didn't matter the size of YouTube channel you had. They were legitimately trying to support you.
Well, here's
And
the,
you had big names coming to your stream because they featured you and they would shout you out on Twitter. And I thought that was top notch. I was like, that's badass, dude. Like, I got people that have hundreds of thousands of followers messaging me on my Beam account, posting me up and hosting me. That's great. And that's what I was trying to tell him. I was just trying to like, hey, I missed the Beam days, blah, blah, blah. And I think it was because Microsoft money came into his wallet, and that's why he was like really talking it up or something. I don't know.
well, here's the other thing. I can understand why she didn't speak out right off the rip. I could see it now, because you will lose your spot at the table. I kind of could see that if you speak out. If she would have spoke out right off the rip, she probably would have. Whenever this happened, she would probably lose her spot at the table. Probably lose a lot of shit out of it. Now thinking about it.
And she shouldn't, though. That's the thing. She shouldn't.
It's terrifying anytime whenever you come to anybody about that sort of thing. Like, it's always horrifying because, like, I can tell you, I had mentioned previously that I am a victim of a bunch of different things. And I mean, even just going to the police, like, they flat out called me a liar to my face, and I was a kid at the time. And so, like, coming out and saying anything to anybody is always horrifying. Like, even friends, like I remember telling friends and they were all like, no, you're lying, because they also knew this guy. And so to come out and say something on a public platform to someone who has a lot of fans and has a lot of support, like, that's terrifying. Like, it's scary telling one or two people. I can't even imagine how terrifying it was for her to speak out on such a large platform against somebody who has such a huge following.
Right. And now it kind of brings the question is, what is Mixer going to do? That's the question. And I think, and I said this to other fellow Game Talk crew members here. I said to both Pete and Blue, I was saying, this screams Mixer needs to go back to the drawing board and restructure what they do. Same with Twitch. Twitch needs to go back and restructure.
I don't see. Here's the thing, right? Like, I've always been against sensitivity training because it breeds an unhealthy work environment in itself, right? And this comes to the drawing board of you either have good standing morals and you're not a shitty human being, or you are a shitty human being. I don't think sensitivity training is going to train the shittiness out of somebody.
Right.
But it's going to bring in people that are legitimately good people, and it's going to sour the taste for them because now they're being told that they are shitty people. You know what I mean? And I'm against that sort of mind thought. Like, I hate that shit. That shit drives me nuts.
Well, this opens up the door, Digital. It really opens the door for these other platforms. It really does. Twitch's mistakes and Mixer's mistakes are just opening up the floodgates for these other platforms to come to the light.
Bro, like, they need to be better than this, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this people just need to be better. And for Mixer and Twitch to be toting all this crazy, not to get into politics, because I know nobody wants to talk about this shit, but like to get into the SJW scene and trying to win over a crowd of people or a certain demographic and then take advantage of it, like, bruh, what the fuck?
Well, Mixer. Here's the problem with Mixer. It's been favoriting the bigger streamers for a while, and the smaller
Right.
streamers really haven't been able to get anywhere. That's why a lot of people have been walking off their platform. And now with this, a lot of streamers, a lot of big partners are now talking about taking their talent somewhere else because of what's going on.
We used to grow on there, dude. We used to grow on there. We used to have hundreds of people following us.
That's how I met you.
What was that, Kira?
I said it's how I met you.
Yeah. Like you met me on Mixer, and we were growing, we were popping off, we were doing good, and then it just stopped.
Yeah.
And we were consistent. That's the shit part. Like me and like these two other guys that Kira met me through, like we were gonna start a stream team together, and it fell through because, well, for some reason, all the people that were at the top were staying at the top. They none of the viewership wanted to go anywhere else.
Well,
but then we found out that Mixer allows botting. So that fucking screwed it up for me right there.
Well, what happened was on Mixer when it was Beam, they had a section called Rising Stars. They had a section dedicated for the smaller streamer, and then when Microsoft bought them out, they took that feature away, and it made it really hard. And then they started adding monetization to certain things, kind of giving you kind of what Twitch offers.
Right.
Now me and you are on two different platforms. You're on D Live, I'm on Trovo, and the two things about both of them, they're kind of the same in a way, where they're kind of giving you the Beam days in a way where you do have the support.
I'm on the front page all the time,
and you know. And
so are you? You've been featured on Trovo. You got people.
I've been featured on
helping you out.
I've been featured on D Live as well.
Yeah, we both have.
And D Live.
We were both shouted out at the same time when we were playing our Valorant matches when we were doing our competitive.
And even Picardo to a certain extent is starting to get into the gaming section of things. They're really.
Yeah, that's mainly the community doing it though. That the community is really wanting to do some gaming other than drawing, which I understand. I mean, Picardo was literally founded to be an artist streaming site, and a lot of his community members are like, yeah, but we want to do more than that. So I get it.
With all this going down, it sucks. It's, people are like, well, I want to start streaming, so I started on Mixer, now this shit just happened, and it's like, do I really want to continue? Is the platform really going to support me going forward?
Well, look at the contracts that Ninja and Shroud have.
Now they look really extremely bad. They're like the two mascots.
Imagine making the money that they make, right? Imagine making the money they make every day, and the contract they sign set them up for the rest of their lives, right?
Right.
And then one day you log in, and everybody tells you, well, if you're streaming here, you support the rape allegations, the racism. Like, and that's not right. That's
well,
not right
it hurts their bottom. It hurts their
not everybody
line.
knows about that shit the day it happens. Like, I'm just now finding out about this today. I mean,
well, I found this on Twitter, and I was like, I skimmed through it, and then when I fully read it, I was like, oh, this would be good to talk about on the show, because these two platforms like Mixer and Twitch think they're invincible. It blows my mind how they think they're invincible and they just bat an eye to everything. I mean, the sexism and everything that goes on the platform. You got smaller streamers being treated like ass, and you got bigger people being pat on the shoulder saying, "Oh, good job, G Willikers, great job," and it's bullshit. It literally is, and this is why I don't stream to Twitch anymore, and this is why I won't be streaming to Mixer now. Like, these two platforms in my heart, like I'm against that. Like, if you're supporting predators on your platform, and you're not even making, the sad part is Mixer didn't even come out with a statement when it came out in the morning of today. They didn't even release a statement. Twitch went out of their way and released a statement, which was shit at best. I mean,
well, especially since they've been exposed for giving special treatment to partnered streamers on their site. Like, if you bring in thousands of dollars, they're going to overlook all the wrongdoing that you've done and allow you to continue. Where, say me and Kiru and you are talking politics on that site, which they are against, right?
Right.
And we don't make maybe 2 or 3 viewers, they're gonna fucking delete our channels right off the bat. They're gonna be like, bye. You're not welcome to talk about that here.
Take a look at some
but
of the
you
big.
get H3H3 on that on the podcast there and talking about the same shit we were talking about, and it's perfectly fine. It's okay.
Well, take a look at some of the big streamers on Twitch, right? Like some of the big ones, like Pokimane. Pokimane can go around and shut people down for having an opinion, and
yeah, because she believes that she's above criticism,
and she can get
I'm
away
sorry,
with it.
but that's not how this works.
And you know what I don't like about Twitch is they're going around on social media and whatnot and shutting people down. It's like, dude, you don't own the platform, so I don't get that. Like, you don't own YouTube, and you're going around and shutting people down, taking sponsors away from people.
You don't own YouTube. You don't own Twitter. You don't own fucking Instagram. You don't own DLive. That's why, you know what, dude? I'm glad I'm away from Twitch and Mixer, dude. I'm glad we did.
Well,
they
lost.
we did in the last month.
They lost They're already losing viewers. I mean, people already said after the allegations came out on all sides of that, a lot of streamers are now backing off and talking about maybe I don't want my partnership anymore. Maybe I don't want this no more. Maybe I'll go over here. And it's fine by me because Trovo and DLive grow. I mean, I'm happy with that, and Facebook Gaming gets to grow on the side of that too. So I'm cool with that. So
I'm waiting for Facebook Gaming to come out with some random shit like sexism or racist shit. Like, right, Kieran? Think about it, dude. Like, fucking, we got two of the main players in streaming fucking under fire now because of this stupid shit.
Well, take a look at the DMCA shit that went on. Now all these platforms are basically coming down to earth and going with it. It's like, I have to separate my audio now. So, like, if I want to go listen to anything, I have to have different audio for my stream, and then I can separate my audio and do, listen to not, copyrighted shit. It's ridiculous. Because they're condemning, what Twitch is doing. The big one does it. We all have to do it. You know what I mean? Kind of attitude.
Yeah, I get it.
This whole situation is stupid. Don, any thoughts on it?
On the Twitch thing?
On both.
Well, I was reading the articles while you guys were talking about it. It's hard for my attention to be focused in both places at once. Full picture. But like basically, there was a streamer that or someone that came out and basically was fondling someone that was sleeping or something.
Yeah, that's the mixer.
Cabby.
That's the mixer stuff. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a bunch of. That sounds like a terrible story, actually. Like, heck.
Yeah, it's pretty shady.
Was this after like a TwitchCon or something?
No, he was being a friend. It would be like Digital over here saying, "Hey, Rev, you're too drunk. Stay at my house. Stay at my house for the night. While sober."
But Rev, when you fall asleep, make sure you have your feet out.
So, Kira, what do you think about both of these platforms being garbage? Garbo.
I can't really say that I'm surprised. And like, I don't know, it's hard because on one hand, I really want to see what the companies are going to do about it. Like, this guy sexually assaulting this girl, I really want to see what they're going to do about that. Because yeah, he's a partner, but I mean, he wasn't at the time. He wasn't really. Ooh, wording. Sorry, I have not been sleeping well. I think that he wasn't, acting on behalf of the company at that point. Like, yes, it'd be kind of like that guy who was wearing like a Bud Light shirt and ordered a Coors. Like, he's always going to have that branding on him. So I think that the company needs to do something about it. Like, I really want to see what they're going to do about it, if they do something at all, because sadly this would not be the first time that someone spoke up and nothing happened. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with that. As for the racism shit, like, fuck, I'm not surprised.
The racism is more ingrained to the brand because it happened at the company.
Yes, exactly. So that's going to be something that needs to be cleaned from the top up, and I don't really think that that's going to happen. So they're screwed, done with them. I'm really curious what's going to happen with the assaults, though.
I think out of this, you got Mixer's trending number 4 in the world. WWE's the next. Well, the Undertaker's retiring. Well, he's old anyway. Adam Driver, I don't know why the party's over with him, but always the party's over with him. And then you got the allegations with wrestling up there too. But you got a lot of top tier Mixer people talking. And I think with the anger being used, I think if you have your top tier people talking about this and branching out with their audiences, and Mixer doesn't want to lose money out of this. This is what's going to happen. Money talks, and I think you're going to watch a lot of people tell their people, do not sub to me. Do not sub to me. Do not give me stuff. Walk off the platform.
See, and this is kind of where I feel that companies are getting, like Mixer are getting their just desserts, because companies like Mixer are willing to punish their employees for any of the activities they do on social media, right?
Right.
Let's say I'm a back-end programmer for Mixer, and I work on the server side, so I'm like technically their IT department. And nobody really knows who I am, but they know that I have a Twitter. And I was to say something stupid on Twitter, they would go after Mixer. They wouldn't go after me. They would be like, we need to end this guy's career. And if Mixer caved on it, then I'd be screwed, right?
Right.
So now we have a sexual allegation by one of their partners. Now, did it happen at Microsoft headquarters? No, absolutely not. Did it happen in the company? No, absolutely not. It happened completely on two individuals' free time of partying. And if this does bite Mixer in the ass, and they were one of the ones, if you worked at Microsoft and you said some stupid shit on social media, they would have ended your career. So I feel like this is only fair. Like, you know what? If I, as an employee, am not allowed to express myself and utilize, the freedom of speeches that I'm allowed to have, because I work for you, but I'm not in the office, but I still can't, speak up against things, then guess what? This is going to come back on you. Yeah. Because this is the kind of mentality you fostered over the years, along with like hundreds of thousands of other corporations in the U.S. alone, that also foster this mentality that freedom of speech, even though you're not in the office, can still bite you in the ass. Well, guess what? Now it's going to happen to you. Let's see how you like it. That's how I'm looking at this.
And a lot of people, since Mixer's trending, I went into the section. A lot of people are saying, a lot of people down here are like, saying the same thing we're all saying. Like, there needs to be a statement. There needs to be something done. And if they don't do anything or they don't respond, people are talking about leaving.
Well, I mean, the best case scenario is this guy is no longer going to be allowed to stream on Mixer.
Well, will that be enough for people? And though? That's the question.
No, absolutely not, dude. Absolutely not. Like she like, here's the fucked up part. And this is, me and Q have talked about this before in private. This is why I can't fucking stand a lot of the people that have come forward, both male and female, that have had what I called guilty sexual pleasures, where they were okay with fucking the person for weeks on end, didn't say shit to anybody, and then because they had a falling out, it all of a sudden became rape.
Well, no, I'm talking about the people.
But I know, but what I'm saying is that's one of the reasons why it took her so long to say anything, because she was afraid that was going to happen to her.
Right,
and nobody should ever have that fear.
Well, I'm talking about the people. They should be able
to come forward.
I'm talking about the people that are upset.
Am I. No, so am I. Yeah, so am I. No, like I'm saying that I'm just explaining the more of the nuances of the situation that nobody's willing to talk about. Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. But that shit happens a lot, and that's why she waited, is because she doesn't want to be told that, oh, this was just like, you gave this guy what he wanted, and because she doesn't want that. I don't blame her. You know what I mean? Like, she has every right to come out and do what she did and say what she said, because it's wrong. It's fucked up. Right. The guy's a piece of shit when it comes to what he did. Now, do I think he's a terrible human being? Well, if you're willing to fucking rape somebody when they're drunk, then yeah, you're a fucking terrible human being, dude.
Yeah, I agree there.
And here's the thing, a lot of people don't think about the fact that when a lot of things go to like trial or something like that, the victim gets put on trial too. Like, oh, well, you slept with a bunch of people, so obviously you wanted it. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. Or
No,
like a lot of times when you're married to somebody for the longest time, like until recent history, you couldn't say that like your husband assaulted you, even if he had, because you belong to your husband in that sense, in a sexual
Yeah.
sense. And that's
Yeah.
still and you see that throughout most of society. Like
Those documentaries done on this shit.
so hard coming out and speaking out is because there will always be backlash. There will always be, well, what were you wearing? What were you doing at the time? You shouldn't have drank that much. And it's like, I should be able to be drunk off my ass, unable to talk, walking around the street naked, and get picked up because I'm like be picked up by the police because I am doing public nudity. I shouldn't be raped for it.
Right,
It doesn't
right.
matter what I was wearing. It doesn't matter what I was doing. It doesn't matter what she was doing at the time. It doesn't matter how much she drank. It doesn't matter.
Correct.
She was not the one who made the decision to get raped or get assaulted.
I agree.
All.
Absolutely.
Well,
No,
I
agree.
feel bad because you think when you're drunk, right? I'm doing the right thing.
Especially around your friends.
Yeah, I'm doing the right thing. I'm going and doing the right. I'm trying to get sober real quick before I don't want to get in trouble with the law. Friends offering me a place to stay. It would be like any one of us. And then to wake up and go, "Oh, why are you on top of me? What is this? What's happening?" You know what I mean?
Yo, wouldn't that be some shit though? Think about it, dude. Like, think about it. Like, you go to your friend's house, and next thing you know, you're getting fucking rammed. You're like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't sign up for this fucking party, dude. Get the fuck off me. You're like, what the fuck?
Well, and okay, so there's a lot of people also don't know what constitutes as sexual assault. Like, I think that's one of the major issues today is that when someone, as a female, when I say no, it can be scary to say no as just a flat out no. So there will be things like, oh, I'm too tired, or no, I don't want to. It'll be things like that because a lot of women are faced with men getting aggressive when they're told no, that they're going to come up with different ways of saying no. She didn't get the chance because she was asleep. But I think that there needs to be more conversations on, like, guys don't always know that she's saying no, because they're not used to, oh, okay, well, she's tired. Okay, well, maybe if I can wake her up, then that means that she'll be interested. And they don't understand that means no.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Or even if she says yes and she changes her mind, that doesn't mean you get to keep going.
But there's different.
Keem has a point, though. Here's Keemstar. Like, he has a point. Here, I'll put that up.
I thought to hear you say that.
He has a point. 12 men in the gaming industry have been Me Too'd. Twitch as a platform has been accused of ignoring female harassment by former VPs. The CEO allegedly ignores complaints. Mixer has been exposed for allegation of racism by employees and allegedly called partners and serves, Keem's got a point. Put it that way, Keem's got a point. Like, for one of the many times I will agree with him. Like, legit, I agree with him what he's saying. Do I like Keem? No, but I agree with him.
That's why I said I never thought I'd ever hear you say that.
This streamer that did this person that did this woman, did a lot of people come out of the woodwork and kind of say, yeah, we've had similar problems with him or something?
No, a lot of people are coming. A lot of
just
people
the
are
one.
coming out in defense of her. She's a really nice person, supposedly. I don't know her personally, but I do know from Rocket Bear on, they've all called her a good person, a nice, wholesome person that went out and partied and tried to do the right thing by, it would be like
mixing it up with your coworkers, pretty much, right? Like, it's like a tradition in Japan. They, after a hard night's work, you go out with your boss and your coworkers and you have fun, and they do this once a week. It's a tradition. It's an actual tradition in Japan. So, like, it's the same thing here. Like, you're literally, you got a streamer that coming into town. He's your buddy. You streamed with him for years, and then they had a party. They both got drunk. She went to sleep, and next thing you know, she wakes up with this fucking dude on top of her
in a separate room.
in a separate room from his family.
And it doesn't matter if one person comes forward or 80 people come forward. I think it needs to be investigated if just one person.
Oh, absolutely.
And even if she wasn't a good person, she's still. I think that it still needs to be investigated. Anyway.
Well, no, and that's. I'm not saying that at all. Like, absolutely. Like, it doesn't matter if the person's good or not when it comes to being raped. I don't care if that was Alinity. You know what I mean? Like, if Alinity, who is known for her crazy shit, like, if she came out and was legitimate, like, yo, I actually got raped, I would listen to it. I don't care. Like, I mean, yeah, she said some fucked up shit, some racist shit, but she's still a person.
No matter what human being it is, it's not right.
Yeah, exactly. It's not right.
It can go
male
both ways.
Right. Male or female or like intersex, like doesn't matter. I think that that's one of the things that gets lost in a lot of these conversations too, is that men get raped too. And I think that they should be more comfortable. They should feel comfortable speaking out too.
Yeah, and well, that's what and that's a huge issue in itself. That's why MRAs exist, because anytime a man has ever come forward and said, "Yo, like my wife actually beat the shit out of me," and told me if I was to tell the cops about it, she was gonna take my kids and all my shit, like that. And what's crazy is I live in a state where that shit is supported. Like, it's crazy to think about, but we live in a society where that actually takes place, and it's wrong. And I'm not trying to paint any one sex as a fucking villain, because they're both male and females are fucking pretty toxic in a lot of relationships. That's just life. That's how it is. But
in general are capable.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, human beings are fucking toxic to begin with. But we chastise men for being raped. We make fun of them because they're like, dude, she's like, what, 3 times like less your body size? It's like, that doesn't matter, dude. If you're like me, you were raised to never hit a woman, ever, like ever.
Same.
Or what
like,
about that's instances where it's like an authoritative female figure, like a teacher or something like that, and all the guys are like, "Yeah, good job, you slept with her, cool," and it's like, no, that's still rape, sweetie.
Well, but that.
Oh, like, and by the way, we are talking about the controversy that's going on with Twitch and Mixer at the moment.
Yeah, we are talking about that. We're talking about the differences in like rape and whatnot, and the different sexes and the problems that it has with both sides. That's the thing, right? So men, human beings, let's just say that human beings in any profession shouldn't be sleeping with their constituents at all. Period.
Right.
If you're a teacher, you should be touching kids regardless of what sex you are.
Period. Yep.
If you're a student who's horny as fuck and you're 17, you shouldn't be trying to be a fucking 17-year-old to get your nut from an older person, right? You should go towards someone your own age. I mean, that's what it is. That's simply broken down in the most simplest form possible. That's what it is.
There's a lot of things these platforms need to do to get better. And now they're not doing it. They're doing the wrong. And you know what? Them not coming out with statement. Mixer not even coming out with a statement is disgusting.
Well, I'm wondering if they're trying to figure out what action to take. So they're waiting until they actually take action. But I don't know. I'm frustrated with the fact that the fans and the people who are on the site have to be, hey, if you don't take care of this and do something about it, we'll leave. Like, you'd think the company would want to do something about it.
It shouldn't take. Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, here, let me give you
the fucking platform.
Let me give you an example. So, since we're talking about Mixer and Twitch are big entities, right? And a lot of these people are under contract or monetized and whatnot. Let's make a reference. The NFL. What does the NFL do when you do something outside of the NFL? I'm going to say this.
They
an
cancel
example.
you. They actually cancel
Ray
you.
Rice. Take a look at the Ray Rice situation when he beat on his woman in an elevator, knocked her out cold on footage. Now, that's not right in itself, and he doesn't deserve to be back in the league ever again for doing that kind of shit, and that's deplorable to me. I think Mixer should take a standpoint, remove the guy off the platform and help out the chick, the Zune girl out with some legal reputation under the shield of Mixer. It would be a big step for Mixer to do, and then Mixer could turn around and go, "We are for you, streamers. If there's any issues, we will be there to protect you." And then they should make policies.
And it's not even just Mixer though. It's Microsoft has fuck you money.
Right.
They have a lot of fuck you money. And they could give some of that fuck you money over to this chick for her legal defense. Like that, because I could tell you right now, if she can't afford her own legal defense, dude, the fucking jury is gonna steamroll her, dude.
Right.
That's just how this. I've seen this shit play out way too many fucking times. Mixer shit on in a court.
Well, Mixer.
She wouldn't be the defendant.
No, she wouldn't, but she would still, like, you know how some of these fucking jurors are, and you know how some of these fucking lawyers are.
Yeah.
And if Cabby gets a decent, I mean, even half decent, half cocked fucking lawyer, he can very well steamroll her. And using the old fucking redneck techniques of, oh, you were drunk. Well, you're the only female there. Why were you drinking at a party full of men anyways? You know what I mean? Like, I've seen these juries fucking play out way too fucking much like this. And the judge is usually a dumb fucking hick redneck that doesn't understand what common sense is and will sit there and use some stupid fucking 60s, 70s versus fucking previous trial to justify the situation of the guy. Like, we've seen this.
Yeah.
Like, this is a real thing. And this is why I've always stated, like, some of these fucking judges need to be fired. They're like, what, 75 years old? They have roots from like the old times of, of a woman is promiscuous and she's a charlatan or whatever. She has no right of defense. Like, what kind of fucked up mind is that, dude? Like, oh my God, that shit drives me nuts.
If I was Mixer right now, I would get something in place. I would be working on getting something in place and kind of doing what the NFL kind of does. Kind of look at, bigger industry stuff and try to bring that into our streaming platform.
I honestly think Mixer should offer her legal guidance. They should offer her any sort of therapy that she may inquire after this. They should help her stream out as much as fucking possible. You know what I mean? I'm not saying just pay her off. I'm saying give her a platform so where she could support herself still after all this is said and done. You know what I mean? Like, if they're going to do the right thing, they need to go all the way.
Well,
not just with money, but with everything.
To further it, she went and sought help. As she said about the drink, she did talk about her drinking problems. She said she went and sought help and got help. She was just trying to do the right thing and speak about a situation. So if I'm Mixer, I would do anything. If I'm like heads up at Mixer, I would do anything in my power.
Fucking help everything. Yeah, I'd do anything in my power to help her.
I would try 100%. To save face at this point with your community, because what will happen is if you don't and you go the left way of doing it and you just bat an eye to this, people are going to walk off your platform. And what's going to happen is I don't want to see Mixer die. I don't want to see that.
No, I don't want to see Mixer canceled or anything like that. No.
I just want to see them
get knocked down a peg. Something like this will never happen again.
Well, I want to see them
and
get knocked down
that's hard to do
peg.
in itself because they are grown adults who can act on their own. You know what I mean? They did this off the platform. So
let people know that there will be consequences if they do.
Right. And Twitch, Twitch just needs to get their acts together.
The Twitch racism, bro.
So I don't stream these two platforms. I can't support it.
Like, how the fuck are you gonna tell your only black employee that fucking sentence with a straight face and walk away?
Because he knows he can get away with it.
My God, dude. Like, how the fuck? Like, and here's the thing, right? Like, the social justice movement invaded Twitch like a fucking plague, okay? They hired on so many SJWs, censoring so many people, saying that racism is intolerant, and it is. They were speaking truth to power. I give them credit for that. As much as I am against social justice, they were speaking truth to power at a few good points. But then to have their VP go and be like, yeah, because you're street smart. Like, what? Come the fuck on, dude.
And here's the thing: they brought this Twitch Safety Advisory Council, right, to listen to the audiences and listen to people, right? Where the hell are they at in all this? That tells me.
Did Carnage speak out against it yet?
I don't know if he did or he didn't.
Because Carnage usually speaks out about shit like this, like when it happens. Like it's like almost like the day of, he'll have a stream up.
And if they didn't, then do they really have any power at all?
True.
You would think they would step in. You would think somebody from there would say something like, "Hey, we're in talks with the staff. We're trying to, bring it down to a level to you guys, the viewers and streamers. We're trying to figure it out as much as you guys are. What steps we're going to take going forward."
I agree. Yeah.
And,
I mean, it's
and
crazy
Mixer,
to think about.
It's in Mixer's court at this point. What's going on with them? The ball's in their court, and what they need to be doing is shielding themselves at the same time as shielding this person and trying to make it right with them. And if they don't, they're gonna run into losing streamers. And
Twitch has been on a decline for a while.
Well, I'm talking about.
So, I mean, this is even
both.
worse.
I'm talking about both. And,
with Mixer, yeah.
And I could see D Live, and I could see little mini platforms like Torvo getting where they need to be out of this, because it's already happening. Mixer people have been moving over to Trovo because a lot of the Trovo admins over on the platform were former Mixer streamers, partner streamers that have brought people in from Mixer. So Mixer needs to be very careful. They're treading on some ice. They've been treading on ice. They signed Ninja thinking that it would help their viewership go up, and it really did nothing.
Well, no, because anytime he gets on, it's all of the little kids just flock to his stream and his stream alone. Once he logs off, they all leave. They're just like, fuck everybody else. We care about Ninja.
And they brought Shroud in to get the adult audience into him, and it didn't pan out that way. He's not getting the same viewership that he used to.
No, but he's still making a shit ton of money. There's still people donating thousands of dollars to him a stream.
Well, and a lot of it is that they got guaranteed contracts. They got handed millions from Mixer.
Multi-millions, dude. Big fuck you money, bro.
They got NFL contract type deals, and they didn't even have to earn it. From what
Shroud did. I think Shroud, honestly, out of all of them, Shroud and Disrespect, I would say, are the top actual people that worked from the bottom like we did and then went all the way up. The differences is you and me are a part of an E-League. That's the main difference. When you have Team Solo Mid funding Shroud and what is it, Solo Mid or whatever, like a lot of these E-Leagues were funding Shroud because he was a part of their team at one point. So that makes a huge difference.
Well, I think Shroud and Ninja saw the writing on the wall. I think they see the next 6 years, and like NFL players do. They see they're at their peak right now, their prime, and they
sign to like a lesser team to not have to perform as well.
Well, no, not a lesser team. They're getting the money while it's good, while they're at their peak, and then when they do come down to that downward spiral and new people take over that helm. They just made hella money. They made their bank, and they can move on.
Come on, Kira. Where's your camera at? Why do you got to be such a pussy for?
Because where else do you think I'm going to keep my Coke?
Oh.
She's got a 12-pack?
No, I don't. No. No.
Yeah. That's exactly what I mean.
Is it wild cherry Pepsi? Hey man.
Anybody who knows this joke that's a part of this stream, they know exactly what
leave me alone. I was furthering it. Leave me alone.
Yes, that's totally what you were doing. Yep.
Absolutely.
Right there with you, sir.
Don, why do you look so fucking out of it, bruh?
I couldn't sleep.
Oh, mood.
It's 6 a.m.
He stayed up masturbating all night last night, so he's a little tired.
Let's get into the gaming news section. Let's get Don. Let's get his dick erect because we're gonna talk about PS5 right now. Let's go with
PS5, boys. Let's go with the gaming topic.
Enough talking about that mixer and that Twitch.
Yeah, the PlayStation 5, aka the Asus router.
Look at how giant size that thing is, dude. Like, look at it. It like eats his chest alive, dude.
Ready?
So, is that so? That's the side of it before what it looks like without the antennas, right?
That's the sides of it. Yeah.
That's huge.
I realize it's not really complimenting it, but it kind of reminds me of those fake console concept designs.
You know what it reminds me of?
I know, right? I was thinking that too, Don.
It reminds me back in the 90s with the old school computers.
Oh, the fucking
how tall they were and heavy.
Yeah.
And then when you took the metal panels off, you were afraid that it was going to eat your hand alive because it would shred your hand apart.
Because the fan blades were actually like sheet metal.
Yes.
I remember. Yeah.
And they said
this was scary, dude. I remember cleaning those fucking things as a kid, and I was like, yo, like I'm gonna die.
So
like this.
The PlayStation weighs about 3 to 4 pounds. I could believe it with the amount of heat sinks.
3 to 4 pounds? Like what the fuck is in that thing, dude?
Loads of heat
Pentium
sinks.
1 first generation?
Loads of heat sinks, obviously. Because, you know, if anybody's owned a PS4, you know what happens when you turn that damn thing on. You put...
I'm only at the cross media bar. You launch Bloodborne. Like, yo, I'm streaming, guys. What the fuck's going on with my PlayStation 4? It's taking off on me.
So I could see the fans. I could really see how many fans they put into this. Like, legit.
So, Kiru, did you see that? Have you seen that new design, the official design of the PlayStation 5 yet?
I think it's sexy.
You know what? I like the boldness of the design. I've said that it's better.
Oh, bro, I like the fact that you probably bend those antennas down, set it down on top of those, and it'll walk away.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, I like that idea. It's a good idea.
They're not antennas, dude.
Oh, what are they then? If they're not antennas, what the fuck are they there for?
They're flaps.
I think the new Xbox looks like a trash can.
I love the trash can look. Give me that trash can, boy.
Like I said to other people in the RT server, I said today, it comes down to price.
I'm gonna let all you guys get the PS5 first. If it's good, I might get one.
Hey, I did not say it came down to price. So if Microsoft comes out and says the Xbox Series X is literally $400, you know where I'm going.
4K porn box. Let's go.
If the PS5 comes in at $400, all digital, and it has all the power, I would go on PS5.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
but how much faster? Okay, so my question is how much faster is the PS5 towards the PS4? Do we know?
Well,
yeah, night and day difference.
Because it's the new SSD, go that fast. Like,
so technically, the PlayStation 5 will be running at least 30% faster, possibly more, depending. What are you comparing it to? The PS4
the
Pro?
PS4.
PS4
yeah,
Pro.
Okay, find the Pro. Okay, find the Pro then.
So
yeah,
the Pro will be running 50% faster.
50%.
Yeah. And you got to remember the PlayStation was underpowered to get to the Xbox One X.
The PlayStation.
PlayStation 4 Pro was
I'm sorry.
The sandwich edition.
I'm getting fucking shell shock from the fucking long loading times of trying to buy a game. Sorry, my bad. Oh, sorry, I had to come back to I'm back now. Whew.
Well, I'll give the PlayStation credit. They have a vertical stand and everything with that. As long as it stays cool.
that's the antennas, right? You could just stay.
You can't help yourself. You can't help yourself right now.
Stand's probably not gonna come included. It'll probably be like $20 or something.
Hey, I think it's great, dude. If you could buy yourself a fucking Roomba that plays video games, dude, I am down. That's right, bitch. Clean my room so I could play fucking Nathan's Drake. Let's go.
Cats like riding on Roombas from the videos I've seen.
Did you not see how thick this bitch is? This is a big fucking console, dude. Like, this is, it's massive, bro. Like, I could probably throw this at somebody and kill them with it, walk away, and still play my games.
Now,
They're trying to bring back that old Nokia phone technology.
Yeah, boy, let's do it. Let's do it. I would
So
love to throw my shit out of a window to see if I can put it back together again and plug it in.
now this is Microsoft. It's now in their court now. What they're gonna do next? Microsoft has stated that on Twitter that they got something that's groundbreaking and revolutionary that's gonna change the industry. And the only thing I could think of that's gonna do that is them going on stage, Phil Spencer and Gabe Newell shaking hands.
That could be a thing.
And then they turn around and say, we have an Xbox edition called Xbox Steam Machine Edition. Wouldn't that be something? On stage.
That would be kind of cool. I mean, think about it, dude. If you could have a controlled platform that doesn't have any of the error issues that we have on PC, and you can load up your games and not have it fucking freeze and not have it hard crash like my shit just did before the stream, just watching a YouTube video. Yeah, that would be fucking awesome, dude.
Because Microsoft stated with their July event that they got something that will shake up the industry altogether. It'll be, they were calling out, they were calling out Sony, Nintendo, and I think they were calling out Google and saying that this is going to change the industry altogether. And I'm assuming they have a big partnership, or their console is going to be so cheap.
So my question is, does that mean like it's not going to be like the PlayStation brand where they say greatness awaits? Xbox is going to be like, well, greatness has arrived.
Greatness is here.
Don.
Hey, we were.
I'm just reminded about how Phantasy Star doesn't work on PC with shit.
Yeah, I agree. It's shit. It's absolute shit.
I'm really upset. I have a PC.
Okay, since you're saying that, I'm waiting for the store to still load on my screen.
I thought you didn't have a PS4.
I'm still waiting, because greatness awaits.
No, I feel you on that, Don. No, that's fucked up, dude. Like, they should have had a better launch for Phantasy Star. That was one of the most anticipated games to come to the U.S. market in general. Like, 90% of the PC community was waiting for that game, and they got shit. Like, literal shit. Like, you shouldn't have to download a tweaker from the same store that to help run the game where the game was on that platform. Like, you should be able to have that shit all in one and working.
No, I can't get the tweaker. My friends have the same problem, but they can't get the tweaker to work right either. Like, it's like for the English version of the game, it's just not working. I tried to launch tweaker, I keep saying fail.
I heard if you get the tweaker to work, all you gotta do is give it an 8-ball.
An 8-ball? Okay.
So, you got to make sure to spin it. You got to make sure to spin it around until you know. You're not allowed. The gatekeeper says you're not allowed.
Drug addict joke. A tweaker out here. I don't know if it's like this in New York, Don, but a tweaker here is somebody that's addicted to meth or any type of amphetamine, and they are literally what we call spinners, because they literally, like, if you're walking behind them, they'll like look back at you like 30 million times in a second and shit, because they're so spun on drugs. And tweakers.
So Don, what it is like that anime character that has the big eyes bulging when you stare around.
Pretty much, yeah.
So the rumor is with the Xbox event, supposedly Microsoft's talking about releasing the Xbox Series S at $299 with a copy of Halo and 3 months of Xbox Ultimate Game Pass all in one shot.
I'm down.
Like that, and they said it's supposed to have a cut down GPU comparison to the Xbox Series X and run at 1440p max.
Bro, tell me this wouldn't get you moister than an oyster if they said, "Oh, by the way, we have a 2080 Ti in this thing." Not bottlenecked.
No, imagine
actually working.
No, imagine them going and shaking Gabe Newell's hand literally on stage, Phil Spencer, and saying, "Yeah, by the way, your games on Steam, all the games you've ever bought will run on the Xbox day one. No issues."
Your hardware pitch sounds like a pitch they do in a Pornhub commercial. You just do your pitch.
Yeah, 2080 Ti. Oh yeah, get those fans in me, daddy.
In other gaming news, Cyberpunk 2077 was delayed again. all in one shot this week. Cyberpunk 2077. I know a lot of people that were upset over this.
Okay.
Bruh.
I don't mind delays as long as what product winds up being delivered is worth that wait.
I know there's gonna be one thing that I know will get Kiru happy. The Andromeda remake. What do you think about that? No, I'm serious.
Are they okay.
There's one thing I know about this girl is she loves two franchises a lot, and that's one is Assassin's Creed, and the other one is Mass Effect.
Assassin's Creed.
Mass Effect is this girl's baby, huh?
I've never played Assassin's Creed.
Wait, I thought you said you liked it.
No, never played Assassin's Creed.
So
Is it The Witcher that I'm thinking of then?
I've never played The Witcher. You're thinking Dragon Age.
Ah, fuck. Okay, so I got it wrong.
But Mass Effect and Dragon Age.
So Cyberpunk is being delayed till November 19th, and the rumor has it the PS5 is coming out on the 20th. So there you go. That answers it all. That just confirmed Sony that rumor. It kind of confirms it now. PlayStation's coming out the day after. There you go.
So I'm wondering, are we gonna get a Last of Us remaster again, Don?
Oh,
Another Uncharted remaster?
Probably gonna
Or-
see the last. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, we'll probably get a remaster on the PlayStation 5. Thinking.
hey, look, Final
Probably.
Fantasy. They'll release Final Fantasy again remastered for the hell of it.
Well,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Or no. No, it's
4K
just
textures with RTX on.
no, what they'll do is better off. They'll just say, "Hey guys, here's a $60 upgrade for the original game
Oh,
that you just
God.
paid $60 for." Because that's the new thing that's going to be happening this generation.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see a Last of Us 2 remaster at the launch of the PS5.
Yeah, and pay
Because
$60
that's
more dollars.
that's exactly what they did with Last of Us 1 from the PS3 to the PS4. PS3 in the same fucking year released a remaster of the game that they released that year on a next generation console.
Okay, I'm gonna get
And
shit.
people praised that shit like it was nothing, like it was the best thing ever.
I'm gonna get some shit for saying this, but I've watched Last of Us Part 2 from beginning to end on streams, and I don't know what people are griping over. I really don't see it. I don't understand all the controversy. I don't get it.
I think it's like some of the diehard fans that played the first
And
one
Blue
are
and
mad
P,
about
I
how
know you're gonna comment down in the comment section for me saying that.
I think some people are mad about the direction they took with some of the most loved characters. from the
Joel,
original
okay,
game.
spoiler alert. Okay, anybody care?
No.
Joel
But
died. Joel dies. Okay, like which way were they gonna end his life? He wasn't gonna go bask off in the sunset like Marcus did in Gears 3. Like, come on, it's zombie apocalypse. You were gonna die eventually. Come on.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why people thought he was gonna be basking off in the sunset somewhere, La Vida Loca over here. Come on. He was gonna die no matter what.
Maybe part of it is having.
Oh, and Brim, they got the Ellie stuff all wrong.
Okay, I'm sorry, Don, one more time.
Well, I was saying that maybe part of it is to do with the fact that when the leaks came out and people were talking about the leaked Naughty Dog, or what their claim was Naughty Dog was false flagging their stuff down. Like you couldn't even talk about the game, just flagged you down.
That's Naughty Dog.
Right.
That's Naughty Dog in general, though. That's Sony in general.
But as you're okay, so what were you trying to say, Rev?
So everything we talked about Ellie, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't the case. Wasn't the case. It was her friend.
It was her friend with the cure.
No, she is the cure. Ellie is, but her friend, takes it for the team
Oh.
and becomes pregnant.
Ah.
All behind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I
Yeah,
was like,
because like some of that shit that people were saying about it was like, I mean, you had people that are in this industry talking about this, and they were saying that a lot of the shit that people were saying was true. It's like, come on, guys. Like, I mean, who's not going to take that seriously when you have a developer from another company telling you, yeah, this is legit. This is a legit article. Like, that's why everybody was like making the memes of miracle vagina for Ellie. Like, that's why the vagina jokes were coming out like crazy. It was like because people were confirming it that in the industry that would, if anybody would know anything, it would be them. You know what I mean? Like, so I could see why people were upset about it because I mean, come on, man, miracle vagina juice.
Oh, and by the way, they were trying to do the same thing as they did in Aliens 4 with Ellie. Like,
really?
Yeah, they were trying. I got the understanding it was kind of like Aliens 4, what they were trying to do. The little group of people.
Right.
That she was trying to defeat. You know, but I will give credit. A lot of the stuff that they said online was true because one of the characters in the game does look like a dude. You can't like a butch dude, like no joke. And you know what? It was kind of bad. It was like her body was like a little bit weird, and I was like, "How do you like look like Hulk Hogan when you punch and shit, man?" Like she like in the game.
And then you get browsered. Like, what the fuck?
You get a little bit of everything in Last of Us too.
Bro, and that's the weird. Okay, so like somebody posted a meme in our chat, and I kind of agree with it, right? And
Right.
this is gonna kind of go into the censoring part with Sony. How are you gonna fucking censor anime titties, but yet show a full video of two guys fucking each other?
Can I say this too? They had a lesbian scene in the actual game.
That's my point.
With
like the two
weed.
dudes were fucking each other, and they have a lesbian scene in this game. Like, why is that okay?
Okay.
But you can't have anime titties? Like, that's so stupid.
So
that's
this.
dumb.
Get this. So they're going rated R with this, right? With the weed. They start smoking weed and they get down, right?
Right.
They cut into them macking on each other, like full out. And I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. It's great. And then they cut you off. They go right back to that butch character. And I'm like, are you kidding? Like you give me
what, they kind of blue ball you or something? Is that what this
basically.
is? They're like, yeah, this is kind of hot, and then all of a sudden they're like, cue this scene, and you're like, fuck, stunt cock just came in.
And then with the scene where she takes it for the team, they give you like that John Cena, like the scene with John Cena and Amy Schumer kind of deal.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just sitting here going, what in the world, man? Like, are you serious? Like, this is stupid. So that is Last of Us Part 2 for you. Like, if you're gonna play it, it's an interesting game. Story's all right,
but it's not as bad as what everybody was saying.
It's not as bad.
That's refreshing to know. That's refreshing to know.
Like your buddy that was telling you it's not a bad game. It's not really that bad. The people that are up in arms
liked it. He liked the game a lot. So
the people that are up in arms are ones that are probably never gonna play it, or they just believe everything they see on the internet.
Okay, fair enough.
And I know Pete and Blue, I know you're gonna listen to this back, and you're probably gonna berate me in my own server for it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the arguments to happen tomorrow, later today.
Well, good thing I won't be here because I'll be in Vegas.
Oh.
Ooh, what?
Going to a sex club, no biggie.
He's becoming a male. He's becoming a male stripper before you know
Jesus
it.
Christ. I become a male stripper. I lost a lot of weight. And I show my moves off, you know.
Okay.
Hey, pole dancing is hard, yo.
This is
yeah,
not,
but you get the
this
butt,
is not
you get the
Magic
butt
Mike
for it. You
Digital
just click under
Edition,
the pole,
okay?
you're good.
This is not Magic Mike Digital Edition with digital, okay?
But Kira's got butt cheeks. She can like literally like suction cup under the pole and be okay. I have no ass, so that is not happening.
Okay, I actually do have pictures from when I have a video actually from when I was doing pole dancing up on my frickin' Instagram.
Jesus.
I know.
That is a sport in itself. It's a sport in itself, though.
It is so hard.
You know, Bram, we're not going to try to picture you with your butt cheeks against a pole and you just holding yourself up on the pole.
Dawn?
No. Not just holding yourself on the pole, your butt cheeks, but being upside down.
Okay, Dawn, me, you, and Digital should not be talking about pole dancing at all. We would probably break the pole.
Actually,
No, they could actually go up to like 500-600 pounds. There's
yes,
women. There's
there
women,
are
dude.
polls
That
that get up that high.
yeah, there's women that are like twice my size that I've watched fucking like twirl down this
Okay,
thing, dude. And it's
I'll
like,
make
how
it
the fuck?
here. I'll put it simple. Get on the pole and we'll be like, our knee. Fuck, we need a medic. Our knee. We need ice. My back.
Arthritis is just kicking in.
My leg.
I can't breathe.
Wait, that's not my leg. That's my dick.
I just pulled my tendon. Oh my god!
I knew I should have tried this with a hard on. I knew I was gonna embarrass myself.
Well, so Cyberpunk is delayed, guys, and Cyberpunk also came out in that 2070 RTX supercard. They're only making 600 of them. They're not putting that in stock for everybody like they said they were. Nvidia came out with that, saying it's just a special.
So they're going to be
card.
super inflated prices for 600 quantity only.
Yep.
That's going to be an expensive card.
And they're giving away 300 of them as giveaways. So there's only going to be 300 in stock to get. So you better get in line. So EA had an event over the week. They announced a whole bunch of stuff, and I was excited for one thing. One thing out of this event. A brand new skate game. Brand new.
Fair enough.
And it was exciting. And
I want to see what they do with the Andromeda remake, dude. Like, I hope they fix a lot of that fucking game.
they're also
Will it
rebooting
have a story? Like, I'm wondering if it's actually going to have a storyline and not just we're villains because we're bad guys and that's our entire plot development. We just don't like you.
We like to go and Americanize.
Can I say I played every
planets hey, those artifacts are ours, boys.
Can I say I played every Mass Effect game, right? And I don't understand Andromeda at all. I don't get it. We're bad guys. We're from the future.
No, they're not even okay. And for Andromeda, it's not even necessary. Okay, I mean, I could go into it, but it would take me a little bit, so I won't waste too much time.
Well, I played it, and I don't understand it because I'm like, is this really a Mass Effect game, or is this like a prequel to something?
So I kind of headcanoned it a little bit to make sense. Was that so they had the plan with Shepard, right? But
Right.
I always kind of viewed Andromeda as a backup plan. So once they kind of figure out what's going on, they don't want all of humanity to be destroyed. So they send out a bunch of these ships full of people to essentially go into a whole different area of space and colonize it.
Yeah, it's about colonization.
So it's all about colonization, and I mean the actual gameplay for that I thought was a lot of fun, but to have a bad guy that has absolutely no story and is literally just the whole point of the bad guy being bad is just I don't like you.
Man,
like that's.
It's like the EA's other game. What was the other game that's so bad? Anthem?
Yeah.
Oh, I own that, but I haven't played it yet because Andromeda just worried me too much.
Don't worry about playing it because they are rebooting that game. They're going to call it Anthem 2.0. And that's
which I'm okay with
Steam.
as long as they fucking fix it.
Again, it has to have a story. Like they don't have the whole. Here's the thing with all of BioWare's games, it's not the gameplay that brings us back. It's not the amazing stellar graphics because BioWare doesn't have either of those. Let's be completely honest. It doesn't have either. What brings people back to their stories are the stories itself and the people and the characters. And if you're screwing up on one and with Andromeda both of those, like you need to really redo that whole game, not just like have it be a remaster. It just needs to be completely redone from the ground up.
Can we say BioWare at this point is like a worse version of Bethesda?
God.
Yeah, it's EA.
Like,
it's
it
EA's
kinda
Bethesda.
is, right?
Yeah,
dude, because like their face models, their character design is garbo.
And get rid of the Frostbite engine, please. Like,
again,
it doesn't work. It does not work with Andromeda or Anthem.
Nope. And that's why I keep saying, like, it's not the gameplay. It's not It's not any of that because it's not good.
I remember when you were living here and you bought that shit, and you're like, "I got it." I'm like, "Why?"
I'm like, because I'm a fangirl and I can't not buy it.
So the thing that everybody was happy out of this event was Apex Legends coming to the Switch and crossplay support. Full cosplay support, and supposedly the other rumor out of the event, rumor has it that Apex may be coming to a mobile phone and being crossplay support as well.
Yay! I don't know if I should be happy about this or not.
We'll see how that goes.
Like, okay, I guess. Like,
Sims
I don't
4,
think
I guess
anybody really wanted this, but all right.
I guess Sims 4 is coming to Steam too, alongside of all this EA
Oh,
stuff.
it already did. Yeah, it did. Sims 4 is on Steam with all of its DLC, and you need at least $800 to purchase all
Oh, and
of the DLC. It's
Star
fucking
Wars
dumb.
Squadron, their new TIE Fighter game, is technically going to have no microtransactions. That's what they said on stage. They promised.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit.
I'm tired of freaking microtransactions.
And we got cinematic trailers for Madden and FIFA. And
Oh, another campaign where like
have
you
you
win the
have you
championship
seen?
for your campaign, and there's like a floating trophy that happens on Red
Have you seen? Have you seen?
during the launch month of that fucking game?
Have you seen
I remember
2K's
this.
trailer for NBA 2K1? It shows one of their top stars, and all you see is just the sweat glistening off of his face and everything, and him dunking the ball. And people are just calling it the RTX Sweat Edition. I'm sitting here just going, "What's up, Don?"
Hey, Brim, that room's pretty dark. I half expect someone to just grab you and pull you in. You'd be like, ah!
You never know. I might like it. Let the demons come for me.
I mean, chances are this demon is probably Metrox, one of the cats.
You mean
One
one
of
and
the
done?
One of the cats will be more than likely the one jumping on my shoulder to scare the shit out of me.
Did he say Metro one and done?
Ah.
I'm kidding. So out of the event, they did show future projects. They did say new Dragon Age is coming. They showed what the possibility with their new engine's going to be. Battlefield, a new Need for Speed game made by EA Motion Project, I guess, with their tech engine. And I'm sitting here, wasn't EA Motion, weren't they the company that made a shitty Need for Speed game?
Yes, they are.
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm nervous now because Need for Speed.
I will say, Need for Speed Heat's on. Like, I like that game a lot. It's
And
fine.
you know what?
really
It wasn't
enjoy it.
made. It wasn't made by Motion at all. Motive. It wasn't made by them. It was made
It
by
was
the
made
other
by their
sister company.
So new Dragon Age, huh?
Mhm.
So
I mean, I
does
liked
that
Inquisition, so
Inquisition was lit? I liked it. I thought that was a really good game. In fact, I'm thinking about playing it again.
you should. Oh, I need to replay it too. Hopefully I'll make a character that. Okay, so when I first played the game, I spent like an hour coming up with this like really cool Kunari character, and I was like so excited. And then I started the game, and I didn't realize that I had set her forehead as far out as it could possibly go, and the rest of her face was set so back that it looked like an upside down shelf. Like it was that bad. And I was like, ugh. Okay, so I restarted it and I was like, all right, I'm gonna make the ugliest old human that I possibly can. I spent about half an hour putting it together. The game crashed immediately, and so it didn't save. Same with the not say the Canary I just redid, but then the old guy, it crashed immediately, so it lost him. So I just made the gayest femboy after that with like the hottest pink eyeshadow and like neon green eyelashes and eyebrows. And of course he was the one that worked. So I really want to go through and play it without this this just very prideful young man. So I need to play it again too.
Oh, and EA did say 7 EA games are coming this year to the Nintendo Switch. I'm fascinated to see how Apex Legends is going to run on the Switch.
You're gonna see blocks fighting each other.
You think so?
Like, it's gonna be blocky as shit. You know it is. Like, it's not gonna be the best looking, but it'll look decent. I'll say it'll probably look like something from what medium to low graphic settings, maybe, but like really sharpened out. That's what they did with Overwatch.
How about Titanfall? How about Titanfall on a Switch, dude? That would be cool.
That could be cool, but I mean, that's also using they're using the Half-Life engine on that, aren't they? It was like a Redux version of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, why not do it? Let's see what happens. That game was made to like run on typewriters, so let's do it.
And an untitled new Skate game, they're not calling it Skate 4, they're just gonna call it Skate.
So they're probably just gonna revamp the series then. I'm okay with that.
Skate 3.
As long as they do a good job and my character doesn't fall into the map and go into an infinite loop of falling into the map, into the ceiling, into the map.
What session? Skaters XL?
Oh God.
I'm kidding.
I watched some videos where there was a lot of buggy issues in there, but you know what? As long as they're working on the game and they're actively developing, I don't care.
Well, Skate 3, they did say it was going to have continued support, and they did say that they were going to have Series X support with it too, like upgraded stuff, remastered maybe. I don't know, but that's what EA was saying, that Skate, they're really taking it serious because Skate games are going to be they're coming back, which I'm happy about. One last thing for the night. We got a new Crash Bandicoot 4.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited for that one.
I actually recently downloaded the first the Insane Cloud trilogy with the 3 games on it, and I'm playing it right now. Well, not at the moment, but I was playing it earlier.
It's going to be called Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. What an interesting name.
I wonder who they're gonna play. Who's gonna be the new baddie? If there's gonna be a new baddie, are they gonna resurrect the old guy? Like, I mean, anything's possible, really.
What they should do is hold off this game till the new consoles come out and just make it a launch title.
That would be pretty cool.
With some ray tracing, I could see Crash Bandicoot having some ray tracing to it. It would be cool.
Yeah, I can see that.
Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time.
Yeah.
I want to see a new Sly Cooper.
That would be nice too, but you know who owns that,
I like
right?
the Sly Cooper series. It's pretty sick.
You know who owns that, right?
I've never played the Jack games, but what about like more Jack?
Jack and Dexter?
Yeah.
Jack and Dexter and Sly Cooper are owned by Activision now. Nobody knows that. Activision owns this, Spyro, and Sly Cooper, and Jack and Dexter.
Was the new Spyro game any good?
Yes. The remaster? Yeah, its version of the Insane trilogy. Yeah, it was really good. I thought the Crash Bandicoot remaster was really done well. They actually gave it a lot of love, and you could see Vicarious Visions. Now, I wish Vicarious Visions, I know there's a rumor that Guitar Hero may be coming back in the fold. Let them just do the remaster of Guitar Hero 3. And just bring it.
Yeah, Legends of Rock. Yeah,
right. You just let them remaster.
Legends
all 3
of Rock and 3 were like my two. Yeah, they were the two of my favorites because they had a lot of the old like Sepultura, Pantera. They had a lot of they had like 2 or 3 songs from Black Flag, I believe. Like a lot of cool shit was on those. So yeah, bring those.
If they're doing all that, if Activision's into remastering and music games are starting to become popular again, like skateboarding games, just bring the Les Paul back. PS5 or Xbox Series X edition, and if they're doing all these remastered, because Vicarious Vision's doing a pretty good job on all their games. They're doing the Tony Hawk remasters right now currently, and those look.
I'm waiting on that shit. That shit looks like it's gonna be fire.
I'm gonna crack out on those, both.
Yeah, boy.
Online, like if they have an online mode, me and you,
I can see us cracking out on that game.
One person that's not here on this earth anymore loved Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5.
He would have loved it. Yeah, he would. Yeah.
Like, he was the only one we knew that liked Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. And we were sitting...
because, like, he was willing to go through all the bullshit with it. You know what I mean? He actually played through it.
Yeah,
like,
he did.
He loved it.
He put, like 800 hours into that game. Jesus.
Oh, lordy.
And that game was one hot mess.
And he played that. His two... One of his other favorite games was the fucking Tiger Woods golfing.
Oh, Roy McIlroy.
He loved Tiger Woods, and he loved the PGA stuff. I was like, dude, like these are some fucking boring games. He's all, but they're fun. I'm like, really?
Are they though?
Well, to me they are. So is golf with your friends, but no one plays those games.
Hey, golf with your friends is a friendship ender. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, have you seen the VODs on YouTube with people playing with their friends? Like, it is nightmarish. Like, holy shit, people get serious about that.
Real quick, tech deals of the week, guys. 2080 Ti they got on the list here, which is actually scaled down in price. Actually, the card that Brim has right now, the RTX 2070 Super, coming in at number 2 at $499. That's not bad.
I still got a better deal.
And then the 5700 coming in at $329. That's not a bad deal either.
No.
And the,
Is that the regular 5700, not the XT version?
that's the regular blower style.
And
And then you got a Sapphire Pulse edition for the 5600 XT.
That could be good.
And then 1660 Super. And then 1650 Super. And that is it for the tech deals for the week.
Speaking of PCs, Kiru, are you still gaming on that old ass Asus?
No, I have a new computer.
What's in it?
A bunch of shit.
That's her way of saying she doesn't know.
I don't know off the top of my head. Let me hold on one second.
Let me go get the spec sheet real quick for you.
Well, I remember when I asked her about her Asus, and she's like, "I have no fucking idea." I was like, "What? Like, how the fuck do you buy a gaming computer, spend all that money on it, and not know what's inside that bitch? Like, what the fuck?"
Because it was good at the time, and that's all I needed to know.
So, Don, is the PS5 gonna, melt some eggs and give me some breakfast?
If it does, there's no reason to get it.
No, it'll be great. It'll be a George
honestly,
McCormick grill for me, man.
Like, I know I talk a lot of shit on the PS5 on Sony's product in general because they're nowhere near the quality that they used to be. I hope Sony pulls their head out of their ass with this release. Like, I really do. Because there's no reason why my boy in Kingman should be buying 3 PS4s and all of them wanting to take off of his shelf when he's playing a game.
Yikes.
Fact.
That's a hard L.
Dude, and he has bought probably a grand total of about 6. He has 1 Pro in his living room, and I think he's got a Pro in his bedroom, and the Pro in the bedroom overheats too much, so he had to take the top plate off of it.
Ooh.
I'm like, bro, like if you buy a fucking Pro, that shit should not be doing that, like at all.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be. Guys, Elgato launched I forgot to mention this in the thing. Elgato announced new microphones, and they're actually pretty damn good. Actually, they're getting high rated, and I've even heard
the voice manipulator microphones. Yeah,
they're Corsair brought in another company, a pro microphone company, to help them out with it, and it actually really sounds pretty good. And Go XLR,
nice.
Eat your heart out. They even give you the pro mixing software as software. You don't have to go buy a mixer. And you can actually do the same thing, and you can actually have more inputs than you can the Go XLR for free. Included. You can have up to 9 inputs, all virtual. The XLR only has 5.
Like seriously, Kiru. Like, so Kiru has so she has an 8700K.
Okay.
She's got 16 gigs of RAM, and she's got a 1080 Ti.
Like, it was crashing on the other computer, not this one. This one's...
Okay. I was like, what the...
Asus.
I was like, girl, what the fuck? You have a 1080 Ti, your shit was crashing on character creation?
No. This was... I got it when it first came out. Like, I went to the launch day and everything. So this computer is only like a couple years old. And and Dragon Age Inquisition came out a while ago.
Yeah.
So, no, that was on the old shitty little Asus tower.
And
but I liked that design of that tower, though. That was a pretty...
I like it, too.
That was a slick-looking tower.
And Brimstone, with the audio rate, it does 48 kilohertz. 48-bit audio in this thing, and that's why it's getting the praise.
And that's through USB?
The Type-C, yeah.
The fuck?
They say 24, but on the website it says 48.
Well, that's probably its max is 48 probably. You could probably get that thing plugged into a mixer.
Well, it doesn't do any XLR. That's the thing.
No, but they have mixers with USB and USB 3.0s built into them, so you could plug your USB device. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
So, like, that'd be pretty cool if you could find a mixer with a USB Type-C, hook up to it.
So, guys, if you're looking for a microphone right now, like straight up, like you don't want a Yeti, because I got to see a comparison between the Yeti and this, and I went night and day difference. Like it sounded warm, like really warm, compared to a Yeti where it sounds tinty, terrible, like night and day difference. Literally.
It's so weird to say that because I remember the Yeti outperforming the AT 2020 when it first came out.
Right.
And like the Yeti was actually a really good microphone. Like it was, I still have mine. In fact,
one.
Yeah.
I'm not using it right now, but I have one.
No, you're using that 2100, I think, right, Kiru, or something like that. You're using like I think you have an Audio Technica, don't you? That ATR microphone.
No, I have a Yeti microphone that I got when I upgraded the computer too.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
you were using that one mic that you had when you were living here, because I thought that was an ATR, the same mic that Rev has, in fact. Like you could plug in USB or XLR.
I'm pretty sure that what one did I get? I do have an Audio Tech headset, but it's just audio, and then I have the Yeti for the microphone.
So guys,
and that's what you're using right now?
No, I'm not using it right now because I have the Yeti hooked up to my PS4, so I don't have to wear a headset.
So with the Wave 3, just to let you guys know if you're interested in buying, it does come with in a bundle package from Corsair Elgato. Comes with their windscreen and shock mount, all for a cheap deal too. And no, they do not inflate the prices sky high like Logitech is doing with the Yeti line, which I think is egregious.
Dude, Logitech has like skyrocketed their prices on all their product, bro. Like the headphones that they launched were originally $70. I can't find them for less than $199.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Like their webcam that they are, the new one, that small little dinky.
I'm so glad I didn't buy that shit, dude. I'm so glad.
It's literally 3 times the price.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to cover?
I think we're good unless Kiryu or Don, you have anything else you want to talk about?
Cookies. I'm just kidding.
Hey, this kind of out of nowhere, but there is one thing I thought I bring it up earlier, but we're so busy talking about the other things.
That's all good.
Do you think that when someone does something and you call them out on their BS, right? Like say you're on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, right? They say something and you're criticizing their stance or how they talk or what they do, right?
Right.
Is there a point when you're criticizing where you got to step back and not do too much because it turns from criticism to actual harassment?
Yes,
like
absolutely.
Do most people understand that, or they feel like they can and will do exactly what they feel they can do?
Well, I mean, if you're that's the difference, right? Like if you're criticizing somebody, you're merely talking about what they've said and how you feel against it, right? Yeah. Criticizing is fine. You can, like, we get criticized all the time on this podcast. It's perfectly legitimate. Go ahead and talk about if you disagree with what our standpoints are. That's fine. But if you're threatening somebody and saying that you're going to go after them or you're going to them, that's not criticism. That's literally harassment. And that shit is not taken lightly.
It just sometimes, I hear a lot of the YouTubers talk about how they criticized someone and they got, flagged down or whatever. I can understand, like, I know
that's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. That shouldn't be happening. If you're criticizing a YouTuber, like, I think I know what you're kind of going towards. When you are criticizing somebody, a lot of the times, it's not even how you say it; it's what you said. Especially when it comes to you swinging upwards, that means you're criticizing somebody bigger than you, right? Mm-hmm. If you hit all your points home, and you're right, and 9 times out of 10, the community will back you up on this. If that person retaliates and flags your video because they are looking at that as harassment, that is an abuse of the copyright strike policy that the YouTube actually has. And that is something that should be looked into and reevaluated, because I don't believe people that, all they do is criticize. They don't threaten. They don't do anything to people. They just criticize. If you're just criticizing, your video should not be flagged down and be considered harassment. Now, if all you're doing is insulting somebody, making fun of, and then talking about the possibilities of meeting them in person at a TwitchCon or a VidCon and what you would do, then that's on a whole nother level. And then, yes, they have every right to take your video down because they feel threatened. But if all you're doing is criticizing and you're not doing those things, then no, by any means, your video should be in good standing and it should not be flagged down.
It's just I see this happen a lot. Now, I'm not denying that there are people that false flag someone because they can't take in a different opinion, right?
Right.
Because they're just a snowflake.
Right.
Or whatever. But I'm talking, has there been people that say, oh, I was flagged for just being criticizing them or something?
Well,
but
okay,
what they were doing was
so
actually harassing, you know?
Well,
there's people that do that. Yeah, there's people that do that all the time. Yeah.
What is dying on YouTube in general, if you're going to go there like that, satire is dying. Satire and having, I'll mention a YouTuber's name, Tipster, right? He's very satire, criticizes on top of articles, and he's been stricken down and whatnot by YouTube themselves. YouTube is really going after. They want it to be children friendly, and that's the thing.
Well, they have to because they fucked up. There's a difference.
And they're adding a new algorithm in place the beginning of, I believe, the fall. That's not going to be for the good. It's going to be for the bad. And Twitch is adding another algorithm in place for music. They just hired a new company to handle their DMCA stuff. And a lot of these streaming platforms are a little nervous because they don't know how they're going to handle it going forward. Because if one does it, they all have to do it technically, which is going to suck.
Pretty much.
Because what's happening is Trovo, DLive, and even Mixer to an extent are talking about how you're going to have to separate your audio and put non-copyrighted in, which is not a big deal to me because I don't even hear my non-copyrighted or my non-copyrighted stuff. Like if I play XP's music, I can't hear it, but I can hear my copyrighted music, so I get to still hear my copyrighted music. My stream doesn't hear it, and I don't get in trouble. And it's good. It's a good thing if I want to do for videos. You know what I mean? If I want to download my clips.
And on that note, I know they want that Twitch, which I don't have too much problem with that. I don't think people should be taken down for a rule change, right?
Right.
But even playing non-copyrighted music. I mean, if I'm playing on YouTube or a video for YouTube, I'd rather just keep the game music, take my risk with that, because I feel like I just got this in my gut feeling like I could play non-copyrighted music, and they'd be like, this music blog is such a studio video has been restricted or something.
It depends.
Like that,
depends on the algorithm, and it depends on how they handle it.
Yeah, like I could prove without a shadow of doubt that it is non-copyrighted, but they'd be like, nope, I don't even want to make the debate with them, or like
YouTube's algorithm is different than Twitch's algorithm. Twitch is literally going with a third-party company that does audio algorithm stuff. DLive just tells you in their DLive, Trovo tell you within their TOS you cannot play copyrighted stuff. It's not stopping people from doing it.
No, I still do it. Like I was playing Valorant the other night and I was streaming it.
Unless an admin comes to me and gives me a warning and tells me, "Oh, hey, you can't do that no more," then that's when I will do it. But I do it anyway just to be safe because I don't want to get in trouble on any of these new platforms, especially when they don't have the money or the infrastructure to pay for, the litigation that will happen to them, because they do get fined of some sort. I'm believing they do. I don't want to see the platform, get fined and then rules go even harder. I'd rather, be free to the streamer, free of choice, what they could do on said platform. That's what I like about DLive and Trovo. You could be as free as you want. As long as you're not talking about certain things on their platform, they don't really care. I mean, they promote you nonetheless. If you're 18 plus or all streamer, your viewer audience is for all 18 plus, 14 plus. As long as you, me and Digital over here, we don't really curse often. The only time we do is when we're really having a good time.
I curse constantly.
I was in that boat. I was in that boat until me and Digital starting to use different words. We use choice words now.
Oh yeah, we were like, replacing the word like fuck and shit and with like juice box or Fruit Loops or
instead of saying the other F-bomb, we say bundle of sticks.
You Fruit Looping pretzel looking mother.
And Metro,
like stupid shit. It was funny. It was yeah.
And then Metro turns around and goes, guys, just curse. And I'm like, no, we're good. We're trying.
Have any of you guys seen the uncensored version of Vegeta cursing from Dragon Ball Z Abridged at all?
Yes, I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, let's have a fancy barbecue with a goddamn pig. Like all the stuff you're saying. Like first you hear it, you're like, oh my god.
Now, here's one real quick before we get off the air. One argument that I get all the time, Brimstone. What's your standpoint on restreaming?
My standpoint on restreaming is it's good when you're starting off, or if you're like me and the platform you want to stream to isn't supported on the software you're using. Restream software, you kind of have to have it in my case. But if you're first starting out streaming on Twitch, Mixer, DLive, Trovo, Smashcast, any of these, or maybe all of them at once, like you have, it's perfectly fine. Especially if you're not an affiliate, especially if you're not a partner. If you're not a partner or an affiliate, there's no point in limiting yourself. But if you have a pretty good following on one platform and you become a partner, and part of the guidelines that you're aware of states that you cannot restream to other platforms, that's really up to you. Do you feel that your partnership is important enough to keep, or do you not care because even though you have a partnership, you're still not getting paid, so you still want to keep using it? So I always kind of feel like it's up to the streamer themselves. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. Restreaming software is perfectly fine. It's legitimate. We don't have time to go and circulate through all these little platforms every fucking day. There's not enough time in a day to do that. So
I agree with,
I feel restreaming software is legitimate and it should be allowed. Absolutely.
Now guys, restream.io is really expensive. So there is one out there called Ustreamer.io. That's they do have a pro membership, but for free you can stream up to 5 platforms including custom RTMPs. So if you're trying to do Trovo or DLive, you could do it through custom RTMP, and you don't have to pay for it. That
cool.
is nice what that platform's offering.
Yeah, Kiru, maybe you should start streaming since you have all this free time now, huh?
No, I really should. One day I'll finish Amnesia.
One day you'll actually get your YouTube channel going and start growing again, huh? Maybe.
Well, by growing again, I think the max amount of people that I had was 70, so it's not a whole
70. So 70 people is still 70 possible viewers to be going, and if they at least 10 of those log in and see you, that means you're going to be put up on the algorithm
I get where Kiro is coming from.
She
I get
gives
it.
up on shit a lot easier than most people do. That's
if I had 70 subscribers, I'd be thinking real hard about YouTube still. I'll be like, yeah, 70 subscribers. Yeah. Maybe I need to go over to BitChute,
Well, okay, this is 70 subscribers to YouTube. I don't have any subscribers on streaming, which is why I kind of stopped streaming. I think I'll get maybe 1 or 2 people when I draw. And I play weird games. So most of my traffic came from just video editing and not
DLive would be perfect for you. DLive, Trovo, and yeah, there you go, the 2 right there. Boom and boom. Play some weird stuff. I guarantee you get some traction.
Yeah, there's weird shit being played on those platforms a lot, actually.
I
mobile games hardcore.
Well, I don't do mobile games so much, but I'll do things I'll drink and play that romance game with the pigeons. Stuff like that.
Well, those platforms would be those 2 platforms would be great for you, literally.
Or I played a lot of the Telltale games too, so they're older games. I don't really play a lot of newer games.
What I have found on D Live and on Trovo is like mobile gaming. Like just play like some random mobile game and you'll get some traction. Like I've never seen this before. Like mobile games like PUBG. Go figure this one. Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG Mobile over on Trovo. It's
the top. It's the top.
It's two top games, and everybody they're doing tournaments. They're doing like esports commentary to it, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, these people take it serious, and they all talk shit between the platforms. They're like, on the iPad, there's a 1 millisecond response difference compared to Android, and they're all comparing the different numbers and comparing. It's insane.
That's kind of fun.
And I've seen it on D Live too. On D Live, they have mobile streaming too, and it's crazy to hear them talk about it. It's like, wow. I didn't know how serious people take mobile gaming that serious. But on that note, we are going to be leaving you guys. I will have all the articles down below probably later in the morning when I get some sleep. I'll put it down there for you guys so you guys can have it there. The other part of the game talk will be happening sometime either today or tomorrow, depending on how Pete feels and how Blue feels. And yeah, be prepared for Last of Us 2 talk because that's all I heard in the server today. There's tons of it. And so on that note, make sure to give this a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Other channels for me and Digital are coming. Where Vape Game is coming very, very soon.
Make sure to stay tuned for the browsers.
Get 10% code digital at baddragon.com.
If we get enough thumbs up, me and Kiwi will do a full documentary about Queef Coke.
100%. I'm there.
Oh, you guys are going to react Tiger King? Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
We could do that, too.
Who's Carol and who's Joe Exotic?
I'm Carol. 100% Carol. I am the biggest monster.
Hey, Don, are you the other guy? You the other guy that takes over the zoo and then Carol gets it back? She just got it back recently.
Oh, Jesus.
My sister watched Tiger King and she's like, everyone in this show is like a terrible person.
Hey, man, I can't wait for Nicolas Cage. I can't wait for Nicolas Cage to play Joe Exotic in a movie. That is going to be great.
Oh, that'd be funny.
And him dressing up on Jimmy Fallon's show as Joe Exotic, I could see it.
I heard Jimmy Fallon got canceled because he got in trouble with
He's not
on SNL.
Okay, all right. So, this whole cancel culture, they say it's canceled, but it's not really canceled. It's just people on Twitter and Reddit trying to stir shit. If you believe in Reddit
Keyboard
and Twitter,
warriors, boys.
If you believe in Reddit and Twitter, there is something wrong, man. We need to
canceled. If he wasn't canceled back in the Man Show days, he should be fine.
I think that's Jimmy Kimmel you're thinking about.
Jimmy Kimmel. Oh, I mix them up all the time.
They're both badass though, in their own right. One's boring and the other one's, pretty cool in itself. Hey, we need to bring In Living Color back. In Living Color, bring that back.
I loved that show. No joke, I actually loved that show.
By the way, Brim, Rev, I shared something in the meme section. It's basically how I feel sometimes. It's a meme.
All right, guys, we are out. You guys have a good night.